Welcome back to Chavano Outdoors YouTube channel, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you all of the gear that you need to take lead climbing. As always, I'll have links down in the description for all of the gear that I use. I'm not a professional climber by any means, so make sure to do your own research to make sure you get the gear that's safe and right for you.
So if you're interested in starting lead climbing as a beginner, this is pretty much all of the gear that you're going to need to stay safe and to be able to do quite a few routes in some different areas. First, I'm going to go over some non-essential items that aren't critical, but definitely do help make it a better experience. And that first item is going to be a chair. So when you're not climbing, you're going to be on the ground waiting to climb, or you might be belaying someone else that's climbing up. But a chair is just something nice to have to be able to sit around on the ground while you're waiting, or to offer to a friend. You can also bring a hammock. That's a great option as well. The next piece of gear that's kind of optional is going to be a chalk bag. You definitely want to have chalk to keep your hands dry, which gives you much better grip on the rock. But if you don't really want to buy a chalk bag, it's not technically required for safety, but it definitely helps you out. Another piece of gear that's optional is going to be a water bottle. Don't go rock climbing without a water bottle. It definitely uses a lot of energy rock climbing, and you're definitely going to get thirsty, especially if you're climbing in a hot, arid condition or out west somewhere, or just during the summer. I've done it before, and you definitely want to have water. The rest of the gear that I'm going to be talking about definitely is essential for lead climbing, both for your safety and your protection. I'm going to start by things that you wear. So obviously, you're going to want to have a good pair of climbing shoes. These are technically optional as well, but trust me, once you get climbing shoes and climb with them, it'll change your life. It's a world of difference. They give you so much better grip. You can have tiny little pieces of rock that you never thought could be footholds that will actually support your entire body and take some of the weight off of your arms. These are, I forget which ones. It's the La Sportiva Friction, I believe. If that's not correct, I'll put it up on the screen. But these are a good, comfortable shoe for beginners. The next piece of wearable equipment is going to be a harness. You want this so that you can tie in with rope, so that if you fall, obviously, you're safe. You get caught by the rope in your harness. This is the Black Diamond Momentum. I love it so far. I've used it quite a bit. It's got 2 accessory loops on both sides, so plenty to hold your gear, quick draws and carabiners, whatever it may be. It's got an adjustable waistband that come in different sizes, small, medium, large. And then the leg loops are super comfortable. They have this cool adjustable thing on here. So if you tighten it, it'll tighten it around your leg, but it's a little piece of bungee here, so it's not like cutting off circulation, which is really handy and I like. So it's super comfortable to wear all day long while you're climbing, and it keeps you nice and safe if you fall. Next piece of gear is going to be some gloves. Obviously you are not going to climb in gloves, but if you're belaying somebody else up a wall, you definitely want gloves so that you don't get a rope burn on your hands. It just helps protect it, keep your hands safe from getting burned or blisters from belaying. The next piece of protection equipment is going to be some tape. This is another item I forgot to mention in the optional part, but this you can tape around your fingers to help protect them from getting cut, scraped. If you're climbing up cracks and stuff, you can wrap around your knuckles so they don't get scraped up. Again, just something to protect your skin and protect your hands a little bit more when you're out rock climbing. Alright, the last piece of personal gear that you're going to be wearing is going to be your helmet. This is the Petzl Vertix vent, I believe. Super comfortable. It fits right on. It has these vents on the side that you can open. So if it's hot and you want some airflow, you can open these up. If it's colder, you can keep it shut, or if it's raining. And then it's got these little wheels on either side here that you just push back and it tightens it, so you don't have to deal with straps or anything, so that's super handy. And then you just pull them forward to loosen it, tighten it, and then super comfortable chin strap goes underneath, buckles in, and tightens that, and that keeps you safe from any falling rocks, or if you fall and hit your head into this wall, you'll be nice and safe from any concussions or damaging injuries to your head. Alright, the rest of the gear that I'm going to be discussing is going to be your hardware, so to speak, that you need for lead climbing. First and most importantly is going to be a rope. This is a 70-meter dynamic rope. I'll put all the specs up on the screen. to show exactly what type of rope it is. But 70 meters from the research I've done will get you up about any route, just about anywhere, especially for beginners. If you're an expert, you might need a little bit more, but for beginners, 70 meters is plenty of rope. The highest climb I've done was around 80 feet, and it only took up half the rope to get up and down, so I still had half of the rope lying on the ground. That was after I rappelled back down from the top. So that would be 160 feet, so times 2. That's how many feet this rope is, so it will get you up some really good climbs and rappels. The other thing I also like about this rope is it's marked in the center here. The rope's green, and then obviously you've got this dark section. It's not a defect, it's not dirty, it's just marked this way so that you know where the middle of your rope is. So if you are on an extremely tall climb or on a rappel, you know how much rope you're going to have left, or if you have enough rope at all. After the rope, it's going to be some sort of belay device. This is just a Petzl ATC. If you're a beginner and you're belaying, I would recommend some sort of mechanical belay device like a Gree or a Birdie, something that if you're not super experienced at belaying, especially for lead climbing, it can, when they fall, it'll like automatically lock and keep you a whole lot safer, especially if you're a beginner and learning just how to belay. An ATC, if you're more experienced, will work just fine, and you can also use it to rappel off of. Just always make sure when you stick your loops or your bites of rope through the ATC that you clip it into your carabiner. That's imperative, because if you don't, that rope's just going to slide right out and it's going to do you no good. The next couple pieces of gear down here are going to be some carabiners. So I have just one standard WireGate Black Diamond carabiner. This is a waist carabiner. So if there's a lead climbing route that I can't make it all the way up and put my rope through built-in anchors, and I get stuck on a quick draw, then I can put this through the anchor on the wall and put my rope through this and rappel back down, so that I'm not wasting quick draws and I'm only wasting a $5 carabiner versus a more expensive piece of gear. The other 2 carabiners I have here are just some locking carabiners, so you have to twist it to pull it open, so it's just a whole lot safer. If it's up there, nothing against it is going to open it. You actually have to twist and pull it open to be able to use them. These I pair along with these 2 slings here for my personal anchor system. And what these are for is when you get to the top of the climb, or if you get stuck on a quick draw, you can girth hitch these to your harness and then put your 2 locking carabiners around here, clip that into the anchor system, and then you can lean back on these while you take the rope out, clean the quick draw, and then put your waist carabiner up, or you set up your anchor at the top. Alright, last and definitely not least are going to be quick draws. These are arguably one of the most important pieces of gear for lead climbing, because without them, you wouldn't be safe at all climbing up the wall unless you're able to do top rope somehow. So I have 12 quick draws. These are Black Diamond. These are Petzl. I personally like the Petzl ones a whole lot better. Just the way that this gate on the bottom carabiner is curved, I find it a whole lot easier just to slip the rope in than these Black Diamond ones with this WireGate. The Black Diamond ones also have a hook where the WireGate shuts, and I find that that gets stuck when I'm trying to pull it out of the anchors, whereas these Petzl ones here don't have any hook at all. It's just a smooth open gate, and I just find them a lot easier to use, especially when you're hanging off one hand, quickly trying to clip the rope in so that you can keep climbing and stay safe. 6 quick draws generally are going to be a good amount to start with, but there are a lot of routes that have at least 8 bolts that you're going to need to clip into, and then if they don't have a built-in anchor at the top, you'll have to build your own with 2 quick draws. So just keep that in mind, or if you're going with a friend and they have quick draws as well, then you'll only need to have 6.
Well, that's all for the gear that you need to start lead climbing as a beginner. If you stuck around this far, thank you so much. Please consider liking and subscribing if this video was helpful. If there's some other pieces of gear that you personally take, comment those down below.